Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to Hawke's Bay, where I'm running into a light post to start the video. Fantastic. So we are up here on the north end of the map, and as you can see, one of our cornfields are ready and we're going to harvest it for the pigs. So what I've done in between episodes, when we left we were working on this field. So this field has been, we plowed it, which you did see, and we were cultivating it and putting some lime down. That field is ready to go for seeding. We got our T9 here ready to go to seed some grass. This is going to be our grass field. This field has also been cultivated. That used to be our corn field. We cut the grass here, so we are going to, well, it's got hay in it now, so we're going to windrow it and pick it up and put that in the barn so we can have some total mix rations for this evening for the cows when our silage is ready. I've been pretty much been up here doing nothing but sprayers really, so you haven't missed much there. If I go here, I weeded these two fields and I was weeding this field, and I got to here and the field changed for harvest. So once the field's ready for harvest, you can't get rid of the weeds, so it's fine. It is what it is. I did get the other spray up here for fertilizer, so I do have some fertilizer down on these fields here, and that's pretty much what we're starting at. It's going to be kind of busy. Mainly the pigs are what going to get taken care of in this episode. So yeah, he's going to be off on a worker. So what I'm going to do is come down here, jump in our Volvo. We don't need that. We need that trailer there. And I do believe I was talking about that potato field on the far west side, that big potato field. Problem solved, and I'll explain that in a while. This is where I'm saying another truck and trailer definitely would come in handy, because it is needed, but we don't have the cash. We are down to $150,000 in the bank account. That is just from paying workers and paying for fertilizer, herbicide, lime, seed. It's just buying stuff. So we got to find some form of income at some point. So this guy's going to come here. He's going to be ready to help out the harvester when needed. So yeah, the corn is very crucial for the pigs. So if you go to here, these pigs here, they got a little bit of corn. You can see their productivity is up to 99%. So if you go to here with no corn, because 50%, productivity is down to like 40%. So we got to give those pigs some corn so they can get up and going. But for now, while that's going, I can't jump in. So we got the beet harvester, right? So if we go here, beet technology. So I made it so at the beginning you probably saw sugar beets and carrots. I now added to where it can also do onions and potatoes. So I don't have to buy each individual one. So this will do basically every root crop that we got going. Kind of cheaty, but you know what, deal with it. And also made sure the header that we own, do I not own that header? Oh yeah, I do. Right over here. I'm like, where is it? It's over here. So sugar beet, carrot, potato, and onions. So this field over here, which is pure potatoes, I do believe. Potato. So now we can harvest that field, the harvester we got. But right now, I need to actually get this guy going. So I do have this guy all set up for grass. What I'm going to do is actually I'm going to do two headlands at this end, and I'm not going to get around that light post by doing angles like that. So I'm going to do two headlands up here for him so he can turn around up here. He should have no problem at the other end of the field. Set him off on the worker once we get him up and going. And also, I did double check, and remember I was saying I was having problems with the plow. There was an update to the plow, and that problem has been solved. I do realize there's other plows and Colte plows out there, but that's the plow I like to use, so that's the one we're using. On Mercury Farms, I swapped out that plow by a plow by a Kentucky farmer. You may have seen the episode, and that's the plow we're going to use in that one. But for now, we're going to keep Stevie's mod in this one, now that it's been fixed. Now, someone else did make a comment of why don't I use a forage harvester to... he said it was by Stevie. The forage harvester that turns straw into chaff. And I didn't know that made a comeback. That was a thing back in FS15. So basically, you use a forage harvester, you know, where usually you can do it to pick up grass, hay, with a header. Well, back in 15, someone made a mod to where you could pick up straw, and when the straw goes in the back of the trailer, it just turns into chaff, and then of course you can make silage from it. They were wondering why I should use that, and I went looking for it and I couldn't find it. So if anyone has a link for something like that where you can turn straw into chaff, I would appreciate that, because that would save us quite a bit of a hassle. Oh, okay, there's a Massey Ferguson. That is the lime spreader. We're going to drop that off there, because we need to go down to our field where the grass is, where the hay is. Grab our windrower. You can see it right there on the hill, and get this hay in some rows. And then we can grab the same Massey Ferguson. Go grab our loading wagon and put this into the barn. Hopefully, or the silo, I should say. I have no idea how much grass is here. Helper I has completed her task. Which one? Oh, this is the back end. Why does our seed roll think he's done? Why? There we go. Why do you think you're done, sir? Maybe because I'm recording this on a Sunday and no one wants to work on a Sunday. Alright, let's see how you do now. So, we should be able to take care of our pigs completely this episode. When I mean completely, we'll try, should be able to get to the potatoes. That's going to be a lot of potatoes. We'll probably actually sell some. But at first, we'll make sure our pigs are topped off. And then I'll put some, maybe one trailer worth in... Well, we'll see how much the pigs take. And then I'll put some in storage and then sell the rest. We may not harvest the whole field, but you know how it goes. Lower this down. Whip it on. And let's grab our hay. Now this grass field here will stay a grass field for a little bit. Until the other grass field gets going. And eventually we might merge all these fields down here into one. I mean, the fields are pretty big to begin with, but we'll see how it all goes. But when he made that comment of why don't I use the forage harvester to turn straw into chaff, I was like, that came back? I don't remember that being even a mod in 17. I don't remember seeing it anywhere that you could turn straw into chaff in 17. Now it looks like our T9 is coming back down, so see what happens when he gets to the end of this field if he wants to quit again. So now that we got some hay, and of course we all know we got straw, we're just waiting on our chaff to turn into silage, and we'll transport that up all to the silo, and then we'll start making the total mix rations, and our cows will be up and going. Yeah, I spent pretty much 50 grand just by using herbicide, fertilizer, hired workers, lime, seed. So I'm going through the money pretty quickly here. So I know I said a couple days, but we should be good past midnight tonight, even though, yeah, 56 grand for the interest rate. I don't know if I can get through another night after that, so we're going to start selling some crops soon. Soon, I tell you, soon. Well, just as I finished windrowing the hay field and got the Massey Ferguson hooked up to the loading wagon, I did see where this was 80% full. I said, just wait a little bit longer, and it couldn't. So we're over here to help this guy out. Fire the worker, as you have to. I can kind of get a rough idea. If we go to these pigs here, 18,000 liters to there. I'm not sure I'm going to have enough corn to top off all of the pigs, so what we'll have to be kind of careful of is when we feed the pigs. I'll top one off all the way to see how much they take, and then I can disperse it among the other 3 pens after that. And I might even put corn back in here, and I probably won't bother plowing the field, just because of how busy everything's going to be. It's going to be hard to keep, I mean, to maintain all the fields, have them always plowed. You know, lime I can deal with, but plowing every time, like when it's corn, if we're just going to have a steady cornfield, that could be a little tricky in fertilizing and weeding. But here we are with our loading wagon. Let's head on down to the hay field and see how much hay we get. It is going to be nice to have this big grass field, because obviously we need grass / hay for the sheep, hay for the horses, and of course hay for total mix rations. So having a field this big, once we get a decent stockpile of hay going, we can either use it for chaff when we want to, or just leave it be until we need it. But here's hoping that we get, I would like to get a few trailers out of here of hay, but I have a feeling that we're not going to get that many. I don't know, it could be full. I don't know how well this field was when I cut it. I don't know if it's, you know, was twice fertilized or whatever. How is she filling up? She's filling up pretty decently, but it's not that big of a field, so yeah, we'll see how much we can get. Well, it looks like we're going to end up probably with about maybe 120,000 liters of hay, which is a start. I don't think our cows are going to take that much hay when we make total mix rations, and we'll have some. I mean, the horses I think are topped off with hay. I think the sheep are fine for a while, but whatever we don't use for the cows, we can top off the sheep and the horses. But every 2 days, these grass fields should be ready to go. This one here, and eventually the one behind us. And once the one behind us, we harvest that one the first time, yeah, we should be okay for hay. So I'm still waiting for the message that our corn harvester is getting full, but nothing yet, which is kind of concerning, because I was hoping to get a pretty good yield out of that field for the pigs. So we'll see how it goes up here in a second. But now that we got this grass field or in hay field picked up, yeah, he's pretty well all the way through, just about. And if we go here, I got grass turned off, so that's not going to help. There we go. So if I turn that on, Looks like he may have missed a little spot here, but that's fine. Overall, yeah, he's good. I got to turn grass off because I'll just drive everyone nuts, won't it? Grass, turn that off. All right. So we'll go put this into the silo. We'll head up to our Volvo truck. We'll empty out our harvester because I'm pretty sure he's got more than enough to fill the trailer. And we'll come down and start feeding some pigs some corn and see what they think about it. Well, actually what I decided to do with the hay that we got in here, so I just checked, our horses do not, they have hay, but they definitely could use some more. So we'll just top them off, hopefully. Alright, that feeds them good for 10 days. Alright. I'm stuck there. Let's go take care of the sheep. And they should take the rest of that. Or not. Alright, so they are good for 10 days as well. Apparently the Massey Ferguson is powerful enough to climb a barbed wire fence, although I don't think the barbed wire fence would win out too well in that situation. Now the rest can go, what little we have, back into the silo. And let's go grab some corn, come down and feed some piggies. Well, not quite full is the harvester, but he was getting there. We'll be able to top off our trailer, and then when I send him off, I assume he can finish the rest of the field and not fill up the tank and the combine. But this year, this corn is 50% productivity for this, the pigs. I almost call them sheep. Just animals on the mind. Alright, send him back off. I am curious, is this field... Well, we know it needs to be plowed, but it doesn't need lime, so we may just put corn right back in here. Yes, I will lose 20%. Wow, that's 20% early stages. That's kind of a kick, isn't it? I'll have to think about it. I mean, the big bud's not doing nothing, so I guess he could come up here and plow it. But then again, I said once we plow it, we're going to try to cultivate it too. I need more tractors. Just because, like, when I plow it, I could just send the big bud off plowing, and I could then have a tractor behind it cultivating. Alright, so here we are down at the pig farms. Alright, we'll see how much one pen takes. Probably more than I care to. 45? No, it's taking a lot. Alright, I'm going to stop it there. Which one are you? Black and white? Yeah, so probably the same as wheat and barley, like 75,000 liters, so I'll have to disperse it between the pens. They get what they get. I mean, it's not gonna, if I don't have enough to feed them all, I mean, if I miss it, just calculate it. So these pigs will get the rest of this. It'll be good for a few days anyways. How much corn do they got? They got 18. They have 25, and of course they have a lot. The white ones have nothing right now, but they'll get some because I got to go back up and empty out that harvester. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll bring you back in a second when we're feeding the other pigs. And I need to make some roads in here at some point. This is perfect timing. The combine is just finishing. Somewhere right about there. So we got like 42,000, so I might just give it all to the other pigs, the ones that don't have any corn yet. Before I bring that back over though, we're going to drop this corn header off, go to the field right next to us, right there. That wheat is ready for harvesting. I'm not going to swath it, I'm just going to chop up the straw. If I had that mod that goes from straw to chaff, I probably would swath it and then have it convert over. But I couldn't find it. I saw some discussions on the Steam forum where people said, you know, people were asking about straw to chaff, and a lot of people said, yeah, I don't remember seeing it in 17. There was a couple of people said no, they saw it in 17. As far as I know, in 19 it doesn't, nothing yet. Let's just put this header right across the street here. I'll pick this up later when I bring the header back over. I don't know why I'm trying to avoid the stop signs for. It's a given that I'm just going to knock them down. Now here's another crop that we're not selling. I need to feed the pigs with this. Enable straw swath, no. So these will feed the pigs, and also I got to put some in storage to feed them later on, and also for the chickens when needed. So we're going to lose a bit of yield in this field because of weeds, but it's fine, nothing we can do about it. I tried to catch up as much as I could at the beginning stages. But back on down to the pigs. We'll feed the pigs that don't have the corn, this corn. And then we'll be coming back up here to take care of the wheat situation and do more of the pigs. Corn for the white piggies. Make sure nope, wrong button. Yep, there we go. So now they got corn. So the other ones, so now they're up to 79%. So obviously soybean, canola, sunflower is 20%. We have some big fields up here. These are both oil seeds. So you got sunflower here and canola here, I do believe. Yes. Canola on that one, sunflower on that one. So plenty of food up there soon for the pigs. But just by giving them corn, that's going to make them produce so much better. So I'm going to bring this guy up there, park him up in the wheat field that's being done. And then I think we're going to come down here and get our root crop harvester. I'm just going to call it the root crop harvester because, well, it's going to be able to do everything for us. Bring him over to the potato field, start getting some potatoes. He should be able to harvest 90,000 liters in that thing. And yeah, then we'll be able to top off the pigs with some of that, and who knows, maybe sell some potatoes and maybe actually get some money, some income coming in. We're going to need it soon. Well, we're going to have to put off harvesting the potatoes. I probably should have tried out my modded version of the beet harvester before I said I was going to do it. Yeah, it doesn't appear to be picking up the potatoes at all. So I either have to probably get the potato harvester, is what I'm probably going to have to do if I want to do that. But I decided to grab the T9 and our seed roll. And the field that we cultivated over here, that used to be the cornfield, we are going to put onions into it. I hope. I do hope. And we're on the full of that. Switch this over to gonna go slowly because I don't know. There we go. Get this set up here. There we go. Alt R. Kind of get lined up ourselves to the field. We do not want an offset, thank you. And somewhere right about there should be good. And onions are going in. I will say this, I'm going through seed really fast with the onions. Wow. Really fast. But then again, usually root crop usually produces quite a bit of amount. We're just going onions. It'll be something, you can't feed onions to the pigs, even though it's a root crop. So this will be just harvestable and sellable. Before I came down here, I did empty out the combine of wheat, so he should be fine for a little while. Well, I was thinking I was going to be able to seed this whole field, but I'm guessing not. I'll have to go over and refill. I hope onions do produce rather well. I've never done carrots or onions before. I think they came out back in 15, and of course they were in 17. Luckily, this fill station's right there, and I can actually drive right through these hedges right here. Well, now our combine is 80% full, so I may have to go up there and help him out in a little bit before I can finish this. But I did go to the PDA just to make sure onions are being planted, and they are. So hopefully in a couple days time, I'll have to test out my root crop harvester again and see if it will do onions. Hopefully it will. But we need to start harvesting some crops that I can sell. Not just to pay off some of our loan. And now our combine is blocked by an object. Well, at least I'll stop him for a while. Now let me be able to finish seeding this field right here. I will say this, onions better yield rather well because I've had to go back and refill the seed drill like 2 more times. I mean, just look at the seed going down rapidly. So we'll see how the yield comes out. Have no idea. Basically, I get about 3 to 4 passes on this field, and I'm out of seed. Go figure. Yeah, now we don't have to, that field is done. It be done. I will go top off the seed drill. And I might as well top off the fertilizer as well. We're down to $136,000 in the bank account. Slowly but surely, we're just spending the cash. Now this hedge, you can just, as far as I can see, you can just drive through it anywhere. It's funny, to refill the fertilizer, you don't have to open up the seed drill, but to put seed in, you definitely have to. So the money we had, then we're not filling up with seed. We're not close enough. There we go. So the combine was blocked by something. We'll have to go up and take care of that. It needs to be unloaded anyways, so it's worth the trip up there. I'm not sure what he was blocked by. Have no idea what his situational problem was. It said it was blocked by an object. And he stopped, and you can see he doesn't have a full tank. But the rate he's going, I'm lucky to get that much yield out of here as well. The field had weeds in it, I know that. It's not fertilized at all, so that's part of the problem. But in the early stages, we were just spending all the money from the 20 million to have fields. And really, we didn't plant this, so it's kind of like free crop. Well, this guy's going to go off on a worker, and hopefully he doesn't stop again. See how far he gets. Well, I kind of solved the problem for now for the beet harvester. So it must be something to do with my modded header. I didn't do something right there. So what I did was I just went to the store and bought the header for potatoes. Our harvesters have no problem collecting the potatoes. So I had to spend 70 grand on the header, so we're down to $65,000. Ouchie, ouchie. Yeah, this guy's still going. How much do I have in our trailer here? Yeah, so I'll wait for him to get done harvesting that. So he's blocked by an object. Are you kidding me? Well, it looks like I'll be harvesting the rest of this field because obviously the workers don't like this field for some reason. It shouldn't be the lamppost because they've been working around other fields with lampposts without a problem. So I'm not quite sure what the situation is there. But there's only a few more passes for me to make. So maybe next time, if I hire a worker for this field, I'll go north to south instead of east to west. So now that we got a root crop being harvested, and of course we got the cereal crop here, all of our pigs should be at 100%. No, they won't be. Sorry, we still got the soybeans and canola, which is across the street. Hopefully that'll be like next episode, maybe. I think I got too many fields. That's going to be my problem in this Let's Play, but we decided, you know, just to go all out on a $20 million loan and just spend as much as we can and see if we can get our money back. This many fields, solo player, it would be kind of hard to keep up pace on. If it was seasons, it'd probably be more manageable. I'm not going to give this one more pass, am I? Steep hills. So I'm not sure if we're going to get all this in the trailer. I kind of would like to, but my guess is I'm going to be left with a little bit in the combine. Alright, it is what it is. I mean, the more the better, right? But I hate having to come all the way back up here just for that little bit. We may have to go empty our root crop harvester, the potatoes, before I come back up here. But right now we're headed on down, back down to the pigs, top off the pigs with this wheat. And anything we got left over is going into storage. Yes, we do have that big wheat field on the east side of the map, but that's not going to be for a couple days. And the way the pigs are going to reproduce, they're going to need to be topped off again in a couple days anyways. Because I think it's like every 2 hours we're getting a pig. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty quick that they're going to need more and more food. This map here is actually set up pretty good for course play. For running around doing errands. Definitely could set up for doing that. So those pigs have enough wheat / barley now. I did bring over barley to them. That we remember we had one time we had tons of barley. Oh, we got tons of barley, not to worry about it. And then we got all the pigs, and they took all the barley. So we're just here to top them off. Some pigs don't have as much as others, so yeah, we'll just top them off for today. So the pigs are topped off for the cereal crop. I went back up, emptied out the harvester. We got about 35,000 liters now of wheat in storage. And I gotten the message that our root crop harvester harvesting the potatoes is 80% full. So I'm going to go up there and grab that and then top off the pigs with some root crop food. See how much of this 90,000 liters they take. And then I'll put an extra amount in storage. The one thing I did do, and I'm going to have to change that up, is I painted these headers the same color because I was for the color scheme. The problem with that is if the headers are laying side by side, I don't know which one's which. And why is it always it's facing the wrong direction? Alright, we'll fire the worker. Not far enough. I'm kind of watching so I don't go in the crop, not where the trailer was. That'll work. Yeah, so if it wasn't for the weeds, this would be a really, really good harvest here. I mean, it's still going to be. So you can see we got about 90,000 liters out of that much of the field, and he has harvested that much. That is a lot of potatoes. This would probably be a really good cornfield right now because you just do it once and you get a whole bunch of corn for the pigs. Because the pigs are going to take a lot of corn. So I may put the corn in this field here. Alright, sir, you have fun doing what you're doing. We will take the 90,000 liters of potatoes and see how much these pigs take. Alright, so these pigs take a lot. A lot. I may not be able to sell any potatoes at all. Now, I'll show you in a second how much... we just did one pen and they took almost the entire trailer. I don't know which one it was here. It'd be easy to see. Not that one, not that one. So it's this one here. Yeah, so they still took 76,000 liters of potato/sugar beet. That is a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Wowzers. So about 3 or 4 more trailer loads. And, yeah, the pigs will be satisfied for at least 10 days. At least the amount of pigs that we have. Of course, they're going to reproduce... so they'll be able to take more in the future. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to park this guy right up here next to the potato field. Whenever that guy is ready, he'll let us know. And to wrap up the episode, we're going to come on down here. And yeah, it's time to clean this up a little bit, don't you think? I think so. Sheds. I'm not going to go with any of the open and closed door sheds because we're just going to be going in and out so often. Drive-through shed. Do I need one of these ones that go rather deep? I mean, we can. Cutting into our cash a little bit. I think we'll go with this one first. Well, that's actually lined up pretty well already. We'll just put that one there like that. Well, something like this back in all the way, because this is a pretty long object. Yeah, that is sticking out a little bit. So what I may do is once we clean this center part out after storing some stuff, we may do one of those drive-through sheds. Oops, I'm trying to hook up to the wrong edge. Brilliant. Well, I've been moving stuff around in the parking lot. I'll bring it back there in a second. But as you can see, we're down to $56,000. That's not good. So there is a field down here. So I was like, do I own any fields that are ready for harvest? And we do have a field down here that is ready. So I got idle combines here. We don't want idle combines. So we do have a canola field. Not in the best shape. I'll say that much. It has weeds. It needed lime. And one stage of fertilization. So it's not going to yield the greatest. But what we get from here, we can also feed our pigs. So that does mean hopefully when... We'll basically start selling some crop from up here. The sunflower and the canola. That's where we're going to make some of our money back. Some of it. This combine here is just about full. So I need to hop on down to the truck. Because he is on the correct side. I need to catch up to him and unload him. I wouldn't mind if he gets full if he gets down there. Because he'll just stop. Problem is when the worker unloads, he brings it all the way down, and it's too far down for this trailer. And you stop right there and unload for me, please. So what we might do is now I can't sell the potato because we're going to have to store some for the pigs. Because basically right as we stand right now, I just barely, if even, have enough money to pay off the loan interest at midnight. But obviously with having workers going and everything else, we're going to be in the red by the next day for sure. Well, $32,000 for another shed. I figured, you know what, if we don't have enough money to pay off the loan interest at midnight and go in the red, well, might as well spend it in extra cash just to get what we need. I do realize we have more sheds over at the main farm, but some of these tractors, like the big Bud, is not going to get in there. Yeah, some of these things are just not going to quite fit the way they need to. So maybe by the end of the day, hopefully some of the fields will turn to harvest that we own, and we can sell some crop. If we get $100,000 in the bank account, that will definitely be good for us. Obviously, that's a dumb thing to say, but you know what I'm trying to say. So like our root crop harvester will be parked in there. But for how fast these fields turn over, I wonder how many times things will actually be parked where they should be. I think I'm done with the T9 for a moment. So he can park in here. But at least it's starting to look organized around here. And the good news is I got room to put another shed down or placeables if needed. And might as well keep the tether right on this thing because most of the time we're making hay. There, that is much, much better looking around here. And of course the root crop harvester can go right here, and of course future equipment which we are going to get once we start getting some money coming in. Like another truck and trailer would be good. Right now I do have the big Bud and the plow up at the potato field because, well, we're going to put corn up there. Enough corn to take care of the pigs at some point. They're fine for a little bit. I'm going to try not to go through the hedge. if I can help myself. Well, all of our pigs now have a root crop with potato or whatever I may have given some pigs before, which could have been sugar beet, I think. I'm not sure. So right now we're on the way over here because our combine has finished harvesting this field and he did not even fill up. So really, if I went over to the pigs, one of these pens would definitely take all of this food. So what we're going to do now, since the pigs are all topped off with a root crop, what we're going to do is the rest of the potatoes will be sold in this in-game day. Because right behind that, we do have a sugar beet field that is growing. And that should be ready in a day or so. Is that close enough? Is not, huh? Didn't think so. Why would it be? Yeah, so we got sugar beets coming in a couple days. So I can put all the sugar beet into stock. It's more, I mean, obviously you can see we're down to $23,000. So we need a little bit more cash to pay fees and able to buy lime and stuff. But the parking area is looking nice and organized now. I'll probably do the rest of the potato field in between episodes and sell the crop. That's kind of my plan. Obviously with this series, with everything going on, I can't show everything. I mean, pretty much the major stuff will show. So yeah, just 42,000 liters we got out of this field. But like I said, there was no fertilization and I had weeds. So, or did I have one stage of fertilization? Well, either way, it definitely needs lime now. I know that. But 42,000 liters is not the greatest. Yeah, one of these pig pens is easily going to take this crop. I'm just going to top off one of them. It is what it is for the rest of the pigs there. Just going to have to wait until the fields up in the north turn over. We'll be able to top off the pigs with, I'm not sure what's the best food to sell or feed the pigs. The decision is going to be so much easier to make once we get everything settled and get going. But I mean, we're on day 2 of the farm here, and we got 4 pig pens, a cow pasture, sheep, chickens, and horses, and we're all trying to get enough food to feed them all. Yeah, so let's come over to here. I mean, really, they should take 76,000 liters, so they're going to take everything here. But at least these set of pigs are going to be happy for a couple days. Alright, so how are the pigs doing? So these pigs are up to 82%, so that's not too bad. They're at 82% as well. They're at 95%, because they're dirty a little bit. They could use some soybeans, and of course these pigs will be up there as well, because we just fed them as well. So that's kind of where we stand. We now have a grass field behind us, kind of. It will be in a couple days. We'll see it growing. And we did get some hay in storage, so now we're just waiting for our... it hasn't been too long at all, but we'll come over here and see roughly what it's at. Probably like, yeah, 39%. That's not too bad. Not too bad. So yeah, we harvested these fields up here. I'm not quite sure what to do with them yet. So now this combine's just waiting for these fields to do whatever they're doing. And of course the potatoes, right now the potato prices are, I think it was what, $4.59? Potato right here. $4.24. I mean, it's not bad. It's at McDonald's, which is, I think, just right down here somewhere. Oh, look at that. Potato field, McDonald's right there. So, you know, I got maybe half a trailer more to feed these pigs here to top them off, and then the rest of the field will be sold. Here's our sugar beet. So I'll probably be doing some spraying and lime spreading in between episodes as well. But it is nice to see our garage area, if you will, starting to come around a little bit. Starting to look organized. An old plan. The farm's coming together. And the money's going down. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you next time on Hawke's Bay, where we have no money. But until then, have a good one.